Have you ever wondered why dumb people make more money than you? How do people like Kim Kardashian or TikTokers make millions of dollars doing nothing while you're busy grinding away at work?
Yeah, I've always wondered that as well. Well, why I don't like the phrase dumb people, because I don't believe anybody is really dumb. Everybody has something to offer. I've always considered myself smarter than most. Yeah, not to brag, but I did graduate top of my class undergrad. I also have a master's degree from Oxford University. I also have an MBA in finance and leadership from Imperial College Business School. I have 35 certifications. I've worked for some of the biggest companies in the world, three of the top big four consulting firm. So yeah, I kind of will be considered someone in a smart category. However, I could only dream about the kind of money and riches that these people that he considered dumb have. So I really want to find out why. So Vincent, tell me why.
In today's video, I'm sharing 3 reasons why dumb people make more money than you and 3 things you can do today to get ahead financially. Number 1, have you heard of the Dunning-Kruger effect? It's a psychological bias where people who know very little about a subject often think that they know more than they do. Our brain works very hard to convince ourselves that we are more competent than we are. And the irony is that the more quote-unquote dumb someone is, the more they think they can succeed in what they do. You get more confident, and then all of a sudden you think you can start a YouTube channel about personal finance, grow it into a media business helping millions of people every month make smarter money moves, and before you know it, you're doing it. That's me. On the other hand, for most smart people, the moment you even consider starting a big endeavor like this, you're going to start researching, right? With 316 tabs open where you try to analyze every possible approach for weeks, and that you never actually start anything.
Well, that's actually true. I've been thinking of starting a YouTube channel for as long as I could remember. But then I begin to think, what is my niche? What do I want to talk about? How much do I really know about finance? How much do I really know about tech? I did a lot of research, finding ways that I could add value, and I just never started for a while.
The second reason that prevents smart people from getting rich, and it's that you have the wrong understanding of risk. And this is something that I've seen firsthand because I kind of lived on both sides. My first job out of college was in finance, and I'd say 90% of my coworkers, right? 90% of them went to Ivy League colleges. They were top of their class. They were very academically smart people. And whenever we talked about how much our job sucked or how much we hated them, and then we would like plan when we'll quit and start our own company, nearly all of them would agree with me. And they'd say, yeah, I'm down. And then we spend hours talking about entrepreneurship and our business ideas and yada, yada. And this isn't like a one-time conversation, right? This would span across multiple weeks. And what really blew my mind is that I will check in again with them later, like a month or 2 months later, and then I'll find out that they haven't done anything to try and reach their goals.
I remember thinking about starting several businesses out of Oxford. So while at Oxford, a couple of us came together. We're going to start up a business. I think we call it Whoosh, whoosh.com for some sort of delivery or academia. I can't remember. But we analyzed this to the ground. We drew out all the process map, did everything, talk about funding. The one thing we didn't do is start the business. Fast forward to the MBA, I met a couple of people. We tried to build business. We had sessions for over 3 months talking about building something in the NHS healthcare system. We did all the process mapping. We found a developer. We did everything but building the business. I also tried to build a blockchain business. We did everything as well, but building the business. So yeah, I think it's right about that bit. Smart people kind of think, you overthink things and never get anything done. Why they quote unquote dumb people, they just get shit done. They just wake up and like, you know what? I want to do this. Let's go do it. They don't care if they make mistake. They just get it done. Yeah, I agree with that one, Vincent. Let's move on.
The next reason why dumb people make more money than you is that smart people are scared of looking stupid. And this is something I've noticed actually happens a lot for people who go through life being labeled the smart kid. People who grow up being the smart kid, they get a lot of external validation from it, right? And it kind of becomes this new identity. And when your self-image is built on being intelligent or being always right, then the thought of starting a business and failing publicly is kind of scary and is, in a way, pretty much just all downhill.
Yeah, I think that's true. Yeah, you don't want to look stupid. I remember one of the first things that helped me when I started YouTube was the very first video I made, and you can go back to watch it. And that video was me just laying it out there, how much I messed up, how I got myself into debt, how I literally did everything wrong by the book. So I just put it out there, and I didn't care about being embarrassed. Like most of my friends and family saw it, and people wondered, "Oh wow, I can't believe he was in this so much debt." And they wondered, "Oh wow, I can't believe that he's been paying for all these things through loans and stuff like that." I kind of put myself out there and then showed how I got out from it. And I think, yeah, smart people is right. One of the problem is you just don't want to look stupid. You don't want to start a business and fail, and everybody sees you're a fraud or thinks you're a fraud. Yeah, yeah, I think is right. What do we do about it though?
So, keeping all these reasons in mind, right? What are some things you can do if you're smart and you want to get rich and not get left behind? Number one is you need to embrace a B plus mentality.
No, 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 no. B plus mentality. You work your whole life to be in the A team, to get the A game. Why the hell would you want to embrace a B plus mentality? I don't know where you're going with this, man, but well, I'll hear you out.
Let's say there are two people at the bottom of a mountain, right? A smart person and a dumb person. Before taking even a single step, the smart person's gonna sit down, take out a map, weather instruments, climbing manuals, the whole shebang. Meanwhile, the dumb person is just gonna start climbing, right? Maybe he goes the wrong way. Maybe he's gonna make a mistake. Maybe he slips a few times. But every time he messes up, he's gonna get back up and he's gonna keep on going. At the end, even though the dumb person messed up a lot, right? He's the first one to make it to the top, while the smart person is still at the bottom, making sure he's wearing the right hiking boots.
Yeah, that does make sense. Okay, yeah, maybe we do need to embrace the B plus mentality. So I do remember this story I had about a group of people told to design the best clay pots, and then another group of people told to design as many clay pots as possible. And after a period of time, the people would design as many clay pots as possible at the best one, because they did it over and over again. They learned from it, they continued, they made mistake, they improved on it, they continued. Why the ones that are trying to build the best one right from scratch got stuck doing that one thing over and over again? So yeah, if the B plus mentality means doing stuff consistently, making mistakes, improving on them, and continue, yes, we probably do need to embrace that. Basically, that's what I've been doing. If you think about it, I just start making my YouTube videos. They sucked initially. I mean, they still suck, but they suck less than they used to. Than they used to be, because I just keep doing it. I think that's consistency and reinforce learning. So you just keep making mistakes, learning from it, and then you continue. So yeah, good job. What's the second one?
Number two, find and use your comparative advantage. Now, I know this is going in a little bit of a different direction, but the truth is, not everyone should be an entrepreneur. What I've noticed is that it takes a very specific personality, but that still doesn't mean that you can't get rich not being an entrepreneur. Part of financial success is finding out what you can do better than the average person or better than most people and really focusing on doing that thing. For example, a really talented plumber who's well known throughout the city, right? He can earn way more money than a lawyer who is terrible at his job.
Well, that's true. I think there's everybody online is trying to get you to open your own business, be an entrepreneur, be your own boss. Yeah, nobody wants to work for people. And it's ironic, right? Everybody is their own boss. Then who works for who? How does the economy grow? How do we make money? It's ridiculous. There's nothing wrong with working for somebody. There's something wrong with you relying on a single paycheck to build wealth for you. So you don't have to be an entrepreneur. Just find what you're good at. After I being an entrepreneur, I found out like I'm not an original idea person. I could help an entrepreneur build. I could be a good CEO, but I don't think I'll be a good founder. But one thing I know I'm good at is learning, recreating, and being very good at whatever I set my mind to do. And I learn really, really fast. Hence my 34 certifications. Yeah. So yeah, I would agree with that. You don't have to be an entrepreneur. You just need to be good at what you do.
The next tip is to avoid the heavier weight. And this is something that really helped me make the leap from corporate America to starting my own business. And it's realizing that no matter which of the two choices I made, right, it's gonna suck. For example, I hated my job, right? And I felt like I was going nowhere. And if I stayed, then I would experience the pain of staying where I was. On the other hand, if I left and I did my own thing, right, I would experience the pain of going into the unknown and potentially failing and looking stupid or getting judged from my friends and family. So I had two choices, and either choice would lead to some sort of pain. So how did I figure out which choice to choose? For me, what I did is I tried to imagine my life in 5, 10, 15 years from now and look at it and see which pain would hurt the most. And I realized that the pain of staying where I was and not doing anything, that pain was would be far greater for me than if I forced myself to get out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I think the idea is there's this saying that people overestimate what they can achieve in 1 year and underestimate what they can achieve in 10 years. We're constantly changing. So if you're thinking about the weight, how would you feel in 10 years compared to now? People change. I don't know. Yeah, he might be right. I just don't see how that applies to everybody, especially me. For example, I really do like my job. Like I'm really, really good at it. But every now and then I get so bored and tired. I just want to do something different. So I quit and I move and I take a year off or something. And afterwards I come back to my job. No, so I like the job, but doesn't mean I just want to get stuck doing it consistently, especially if I get a new director or partner that is pissing me off. I just say, go French yourself and then move on because I really don't have to stay at the job. I can get a new one. So yeah, heavyweight. Well, you decide. But all in all, it was a really good video, Vincent, and I will subscribe to your channel. That's a masterpiece. Please go ahead and watch his video. I'll put the link in the description. Go watch it. It's a really, really interesting video and packed with a lot of information. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.